Belur is a quaint little town set elegantly on the banks of river Yagachi in Karnataka. It was chosen as the capital of the Hoysalas. The Hoysalas ruled this region between 11th and 13th centuries. They were great patrons of art and architecture and built a number of magnificent shrines during their 300-year reign. The temples and mountains at Belur are indeed the best Hoysala creations, showcasing their amazing architecture and sculptures in full glory. Belur was highly revered for its magnificent shrines and came to be known as the modern Vaikuntha of the earth. The Hoysala temples are characterized by a typical star-shaped ground plane and are usually set on a platform. They are compact, squat structures and more human in scale as compared to other soaring shrines of the south. The ornately carved shrines indicate that music and dance commanded great respect during the rule of the Hoysalas and were used to express religious fervor. The temples at Belur are carved out of soapstone. Today, this small town, basking in the warmth of its luxurious greenery and glorious past, is regarded as one of the jewels of South Indian architecture. Among the all temples of Belur, Chennakeshava temple is the most famous one. The magnificent shrine dedicated to Lord Vijayanarayan, one of the 24 incarnations of Vishnu, was built to celebrate the victory of Hoysalas over the Cholas in the Great Battle of Talakkad. The star-shaped main sanctum is a homogeneous architectural unit set on a raised platform in the center of the spacious paved courtyard and surrounded by subsidiary shrines and colonnades. It looks like a carved casket made of wood and polished of perfectionism. The towering vimana of the sanctum, made of brick and mortar, was supported by woodwork and plated with gold and copper sheets. Simply, the architecture was unbelievable to observe. It was a great honor to be present there for some days. The three gateways of the sanctum, facing east, north, and south, and the bracket figures supporting the eaves of the walls are masterpieces of craftsmanship. Virtually every inch of the shrine is intricately carved. Hi everyone, so today I am in Belur, Karnataka, and it's a famous temple, and you can see the ruins of these ancient temples. This is a famous archaeological site, and previously there were lots of people, so I wasn't talking that much, but right now this place is quite a camp, and let me show you these beauties. Okay, look at these carvings, they are magnificent. This many thousand years ago, and they are just so authentic, so perfect. Everything's magnificent. Just like I said, seeing these beauties just making me fall in love with them. They're just wonderful. And just let me take a walk to that side. This temple complex is huge, and there are so many parts. Right now this place is empty, so I'm shooting here. Okay, you can probably hear other people. Just look at that. These are the ruins of those temples, and look at these buildings. They're so beautiful. Okay, now probably many people are coming here, so I should stop talking and let's see the videos. See ya, bye. The small town of Halebeedu, literally meaning an old encampment in Kannada language, was the glorious capital of the Hoysalas during the 11th century. The small town of Halebeedu was known as the Dora Samudra or the Ocean of Dora in Sanskrit. After a huge 9th century artificial lake or tank that formed the eastern boundary of Dwaravati. Since 19th century, the tank and the town have also been called as Dwara Samudra. The Hoysalas built over 150 exquisite temples in southern Karnataka, but the temples at Halebeedu, Belur, and Somnathpur are considered to be the best. Halebeedu is dotted with several strikingly beautiful Hoysala temples and Jain shrines, but most of them are now in a dilapidated condition. The Hoysalveshwara and Kedaveshwara temples here are considered to be the masterpieces of traditional Indian art forms. The figure carvings in the Halebeedu temples are larger and exquisitely carved as compared to the other temples nearby. Now, the magnificent Hoysalveshwara temple is dedicated to Shiva, and it is the best of Hoysala temples nearby. The construction was started during 1121 by Ketumalya Shetty, one of the officials of King Vishnudvara, and could be completed only by 1207. The temple resembles the Chennakeshwar temple at Belur, except for the more profusely carved, exquisite figures adorning the shrine. The sculptural extravaganza has been lavishly praised by the experts, critics, and common visitors. Once, an art and architectural expert, James Ferguson, commented that no two canopies in the whole building are alike, and every part exhibits a joyous exuberance of fancy, scorning every mathematical restraint. Thousands of intricately carved sculptures depicting scenes from the mythological epics like Ramayana, Mahabharata, Puranic legends, myths, and beauties, etc., adorn the temple walls. I am in Halebeedu and I'm seeing the temples. As usual, there are a lot of people, so I'm not speaking that much. Let's see. This is another Jain temple in Halebeedu, and unlike that previous temple, this one is so quiet and empty. It's a Jain temple built during the Hoysala dynasty during 11th to 14th century approximate. There are now villages, and this temple is right amidst the village of Halebeedu. This place is so quiet. Just look at the sculptures and carvings in stone. These temples are really wonderful. Look at the carvings. Oh, it's magnificent. So authentic, all those details. Just look at all those details and idols here. It's so detailed. It's the inner side of the temple. Oh, there is the idol. It's so dark, so I'm probably going to skip shooting here. Yes, so this other part. Here is also a temple. Thousands of years, they still remain, and that's a wonderful thing. It's just kind of magical. I'm going to climb those steps. I'm going to enter the temple, and it's so dark inside. There are pillars and a huge gate.